Was good, y'all. Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. And as y'all can see, by the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm going to be bringing y'all one of the most rare builds ever in NBA 2K22. Going to be called the secondary ball handler, but we're going to get pro dribble moves on this build, good defense, and then also contact dunks, y'all. So again, I just got to say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to share this with y'all. I hope that y'all are having a great Monday to get the week started. But man, there's going to be a lot of content that I'm dropping this week. Double uploads are going to be returning on Friday again, so do not worry. So before we get into the making, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also let's go ahead and get 50 big likes on this video. I know that we can do it, so let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. The first thing that you want to go ahead and do is put this build under the power forward position. Now we can actually make it out of the shooting guard as well, but the power forward is going to be much better in my opinion. Now when it comes down to the pie chart that y'all want to go ahead and pick, remember, we're going to be able to get contact dunks as well as pro dribble moves. So go ahead and pick the pie chart right here, split right down the middle. Blue and orange or yellow, whatever y'all want to call it, the playmaking and the finishing. So then, when it comes down to the physical profile, go ahead and pick the very fourth one. A lot of y'all like to go ahead and go pure speed, which is going to be the first one. In my opinion, with this one, with those contact dunks, you want to be able to have some vertical on this build. Now, when it comes down to these stats, please be sure that y'all follow along exactly as I am showing y'all. Close shot, gonna go ahead and be a 79. Driving layup's going to be an 80. Driving dunk, we're gonna go ahead and put this to an 80 as well. Right there, we already have 12 badges, so pretty solid in my opinion. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Mid-range shot, we're gonna go ahead and put that to a 68. Three-pointer, 60. Then, when it comes down to the free throw, of course, you want to be able to take this build in any game mode, right? So go ahead and put that free throw to a 79, going to be perfect right there. Then the post fade is going to be at a 48. 8 shooting badges, which is really solid for this kind of rare build. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, go ahead and put the pass accuracy to a 61. Ball handle, going to be a 67. And then when it comes down to the post control, this is going to be an 85. Look, as y'all can see, we can definitely go ahead and raise up the playmaking to get extra badges, but in my opinion, I want to be able to have some really solid defense on this build. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this with 21 playmaking, but now let's go ahead and get into the defense. Interior, put that to a 67. Perimeter, 59. Lateral quickness is going to be a 60. Max out your block, offensive rebound, and then put that defensive rebound maxed out as well. Now, if you want to go ahead and make a couple different changes to get more playmaking badges, something that I would recommend if you were going to do this, don't touch anything when it comes down to the shooting or the finishing, but instead you can really change up not your lateral quickness, but go ahead and drop either your interior or perimeter, y'all. Again, this is just another way to go about it, especially if you want to be able to maintain a solid amount of defensive badges and then get more on the playmaking side. So right here, as you can see, I dropped down the perimeter defense, but in my opinion, it's not going to be best because we already have a solid amount of badges when it comes down to the playmaking. Then on the perimeter, again, you definitely want to be able to go ahead and raise that as high as you possibly can. So that's why I say, if you're going to change anything about this build, I would rather take a little bit away from the defense. The shooting, already really solid. We don't want to touch anything there unless you want to take down your free throw. But then when it comes down to the finishing, we're going to be able to get 3 total Hall of Fame badges right there. So again, that is why I say I recommend keeping it as is. But you can always make changes based on your own preference. Even right here with the 7 badges is going to be okay. But we got to go ahead and go with the max when it comes down to the defensive for any build. Really going to make a huge difference. And with this build as well, you're going to be able to run the 3 when it comes down to 3v3. Again, just be sure that as long as y'all are happy with how the setup comes out, definitely everything is going to work out in your favor. So let's go ahead and leave it like that how I originally had it. Now let's go ahead and check out this body shape. To take up the most space, I would really go with Burley or Built. Both of these are going to be really solid. And then when it comes down to the height, drop it down to 6, 7, and we get a huge boost on the majority of the stats, especially on the physicals as well. Now, when it comes down to the weight, go to the lowest and then bring it up to where it does not affect any of the main stats, and that's going to be at 182. As for the wingspan, you have two different options to go with. So you could go with 88.0, or you can drop it one before the lowest at 80.0, and you're still going to be able to get contact dunks, more so going to get dribble moves off rip. But again, if you're looking to grind this build out, I would go with the max possible wingspan just to help out with the defense. Gonna get contact dunks pretty much quicker. When it comes to the ball handle, 96 overall +1, you're gonna be able to get that as well. So look at these takeovers, y'all. We get the slashing and the shot creating. Both of these are super solid, especially for this build. To be the best shooter possible, I would really go ahead and recommend picking shot creator takeover. And as y'all can see, we have made the secondary ball handler, the first of its kind when it comes down to 2K22, y'all. Very solid build, especially when it comes down to the rareness, but also the animations that we're going to be unlocking with it. So before we get into the badge count, let's just go ahead and check out this build at 99 overall. So we're going to get a +4 to our speed and another +4 once we get to 99. So our speed's going to be in the mid 90s. Then when it comes down to the acceleration, that's going to hit the 90s. Vertical, going to be a 95, which is super solid. Then when it comes down to the close shot, we're going to buy boost. So, and also we're going to get a +4 at the 99, which is going to be another +8. Driving dunk and the driving layup are all going to be in the 90s. Close shot's going to be in 89. Then on the mid-range shot, this is going to be in the mid 70s. 3-point shot going to be in exact 70, which is solid. Free throw, go ahead and put this to the 90s as well. Then on the pass accuracy, this is going to be able to hit the mid 70s. We're going to be able to get around an 85 ball handle, so you will be able to speed boost on this build. Post control going to be 90 exactly as well. So if you get guards that are going to be switching on you, definitely going to be very useful in that situation. Then when it comes down to the defense, interior going to be able to hit 61. Then when it comes down to the perimeter, this is going to be high 70s. Lateral quickness will be 80. And then when it comes down to the block, this is going to be in the mid 70s as well. Both of the reboundings are going to be very solid. So again, just really take into consideration what this build is going to be looking like. And I didn't even add in the fact that you can run with a teammate that's going to have defensive leader as well as floor general, y'all. That's going to be another +4. But now let's go ahead and get into the finishing. When it comes down to these badges, I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Posterizer, Limitless Takeoff, and then Slithery Finisher, y'all. If you want to change anything up, go ahead and do so. But now let's go ahead and get into the shooting with the 8 badges that we got to work with. So, of course, the very first badge I feel like everybody should put on. Hot Zone Hunter on gold. And then from there, I'm going to go with Corner Specialist, Deadeye, Catch and Shoot, Volume Shooter, and then Clutch Shooter all on bronze. Again, if you want to change anything about the tiers, go ahead and feel free to do so. But now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. So there's a couple of solid ways to go about it on this build. Floor General and Dimer are going to be a no-brainer if you're looking to help out your teammates the most possible. Go ahead and add in Post Playmaker, and then from there, put on Special Delivery. You're going to be giving your teammates 4 badges that are going to be giving them huge boosts when it comes down to their attributes, but also their shot percentages. For me, for now, you got to go ahead and put on badges first that are going to help you out solely. So I'm going to go with Handles for Days, Quick First Step, and then you can consider Triple Threat Juke or even Tight Handles, y'all. Both of these are going to be very solid. You can even take off Tight Handles to go with Quick Chain. That's going to be another really good badge to go with. But from here, if you want to, you can definitely go ahead and throw on Floor General. I feel like that's going to make this build all around super solid in any type of game mode that we're running. Then for the last badge, I'm going to go with Bailout on bronze. You could go with Unpluckable too, but I like the setup that I got right here. Now, let's go ahead and get into the defense. The first one I'm throwing on Gold Clamps as well as Gold Intimidator. From there, we got a couple of other badges that we're able to work with, so I'm going to go with Gold Rim Protector and Silver Rebound Chaser. If you want to, you can drop some of the tiers on these badges just to get some higher areas in other spots. So, I'm going to go with Silver Clamps. Then from there, you could even go with Silver Rebound Chaser just to go ahead and change up some of the setup. But again, it's all based on how you want to do it. And this is the final setup that we're going with. 11 defensive, 21 playmaking, 8 shooting, and 12 finishing, y'all. Again, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to be in your day, but as well as you and mine. Just know, I got more bangers on the way for y'all, so be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also, let's get 50 big likes on this banger. Go ahead and share it with your family and friends. And last but definitely not least, y'all, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.